Hello, I've been asked many times throughout my life, where do my ideas come from? People imagine a flash of lightning, a moment of divine inspiration. They picture me scribbling furiously on a blackboard, the equations pouring out of me as if from another world. They are searching for a secret, a trick, a shortcut to the creative mind. Today, I will give you that secret. But it is not what you expect. It is not a method for thinking harder. It is not a technique for brainstorming or a system for productivity. It is, in fact, the opposite of all those things. The secret to unlimited creativity is not found in filling your mind, but in emptying it. The secret lies in the deliberate and courageous cultivation of what I call the fertile void. This principle is the most powerful and most misunderstood aspect of the creative life. Your modern world, with its endless hunger for information, for content, for stimulation, has declared war on this principle. You are taught to fear emptiness, to fill every spare moment with noise. You have become terrified of the silence where creativity is born. Before I can give you the method to cultivate your own fertile void, you must first accept a difficult truth. Your constant search for inspiration is the very thing that is preventing it from finding you. You are looking for the seed of a new idea in a crowded, noisy marketplace, when it can only be found in the silent, empty field. This is not a passive process. It is an active, disciplined, and radical act of rebellion against the cult of busyness. It is the conscious choice to create a space in your mind, a sanctuary of nothingness, and to trust that the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will fill it with something extraordinary. So, let us begin this journey with a moment of honest reflection. I want you to go to the comments section below and answer this for me, and for yourself. Describe the feeling you get when you are left alone for 1 hour with no telephone, no book, no television, no distractions. What is that feeling? Be as descriptive as you can. Is it peace? Is it anxiety? Is it boredom? Is it terror? Now, before we step into this sacred emptiness together, I must ask you to join a mission I hold very dear to my heart. We are building a global community, a fellowship of minds dedicated to reclaiming the lost art of deep thinking and profound creativity. We are guardians of the fertile void in a world that seeks to pave it over with concrete. If this mission resonates with the quiet, creative part of your soul, then I ask you to perform a small but significant act. Please hit that subscribe button right now. Your subscription is more than a click. It is a vote. It is a declaration that you stand for depth in a shallow world. It helps this message find its way to other minds who are lost in the noise. It costs you nothing, but it provides me with the encouragement to continue sharing these ideas with you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let us now diagnose the sickness of your age with unflinching clarity. The problem is that you are suffering from a condition I call horror vacui, the fear of the void, the terror of emptiness. Your civilization has weaponized this fear. It has built an entire economy on it. Every moment of your day that is not filled with work is immediately targeted for consumption. A stream of news, a feed of social updates, an endless buffet of entertainment. Your telephone is a machine designed to ensure you are never, ever alone with your own thoughts. You believe you are staying informed. You believe you are staying connected. But what you are actually doing is building a wall around your own mind, a wall made of other people's thoughts, other people's opinions, other people's dramas. And behind this wall, your own unique, creative voice is slowly, quietly suffocating. I have seen this tragedy unfold countless times. Brilliant students, minds filled with a universe of potential, come to me for guidance. They tell me they are blocked. They say they have no new ideas. I ask them to describe their day. They tell me of waking up and immediately checking their messages, of listening to news podcasts on their way to work, of scrolling through feeds during their lunch, of watching hours of television to relax in the evening. They are pouring a constant, unrelenting torrent of information into their minds, and they wonder why nothing new can grow there. They are trying to plant a garden in the middle of a hurricane. This is the great paradox. You seek creativity, but you are addicted to the very things that destroy it. You are addicted to the noise. You are addicted to the stimulation. You are addicted to the comfort of the known, and this addiction is starving your imagination to death. You are, in essence, trying to hear a whisper while standing next to a roaring waterfall. To defeat this enemy, you must understand its mechanism. The mechanism is cognitive overload. Your conscious mind, the part of you that you think of as you, has a very limited capacity. It can only juggle a few thoughts at once. When you bombard it with a constant stream of new information, you are forcing it into a state of perpetual triage. It spends all its energy processing, sorting, and reacting to the incoming data. There is no energy left for the deeper, slower, more mysterious process of creation. But here is the secret. The conscious mind is not where true creativity happens. I have always known this. My greatest ideas did not come to me when I was straining at my desk, surrounded by books. They came to me in moments of quiet, while walking in the woods, while playing my violin, while lying in a hammock half asleep. They came to me, in other words, when my conscious mind was at rest. They came from the void. Modern science is now beginning to understand this. They have discovered what they call the default mode network in the brain. This is the part of the brain that becomes active when you are not focused on an external task. When you are daydreaming, when your mind is wandering, this network lights up. And what does it do? It connects disparate ideas. It reviews your memories. It simulates future possibilities. It is, in essence, the workshop of your imagination. It is the neurological substrate of the fertile void. When you are constantly consuming information, you are preventing this network from ever turning on. You are keeping the master architect of your mind locked in a closet while you allow the frantic, short-sighted bookkeeper to run the entire show. My entire life has been a testament to the power of this principle. I did my most revolutionary work not at a prestigious university, surrounded by the noise of academia, but in the quiet solitude of the Bern patent office. The work was mundane, yes, but that was its genius. It occupied my conscious mind just enough to keep it from getting bored, but it left the vast, silent spaces of my deeper mind free to roam the cosmos. I would sit at my desk, examining a patent for a new kind of typewriter, and in the back of my mind, in the fertile void, I would be riding on a beam of light. I was living in two worlds at once, the world of mundane work and the world of cosmic play. I have always said, creativity is the residue of time wasted. This is what I meant. The time that your society calls wasted. The time you spend staring out a window, taking a long walk without a destination, sitting in silence. That is not wasted time. That is the time when the soil of your mind is being tilled. That is the time when the default mode network is doing its sacred work. That is the time when the void becomes fertile. Let me tell you of a time this principle saved me from my own foolishness. After my theory of special relativity was published, I became obsessed with the problem of gravity. I knew my theory was incomplete. It did not account for acceleration or for this mysterious force that held the planets in their orbits. For years I threw all my knowledge at the problem. I filled notebooks with equations. I worked until I was exhausted. I was filling my mind day and night with the problem, and I made no progress. I was completely, utterly stuck. My dear friend Michel Bessot, seeing my frustration, suggested we take a holiday in the Alps. My first reaction was anger. A holiday? I did not have time for a holiday. I had to solve the universe. But he insisted, and so, reluctantly, I went. For the first few days, my mind was a storm. I could think of nothing but my equations. But then, something began to shift. The silence of the mountains, the vastness of the sky, the simple act of walking. It began to empty my mind. I stopped trying to solve the problem. I stopped thinking about it altogether. I entered the fertile void. One afternoon I was lying in a field, watching the clouds. A thought drifted into my mind, as gentle as a cloud itself. It was the image of a man falling from a roof, and in the image I saw that the man would not feel his own weight. In his local frame of reference, gravity would have disappeared. This simple, imagined image, which came to me only when I had stopped trying to find it, held the entire key. It was the principle of equivalence. It was the seed of general relativity. I had spent years filling my mind with knowledge, and it had led me to a dead end. I spent a week emptying my mind, and the universe handed me the answer. This was the most profound lesson of my scientific life. The answer is not in the noise, it is in the silence. Now I will give you the precise three-step protocol for cultivating your own fertile void. This is not easy. It requires discipline and courage, but it is the most important work you will ever do. I call it the fertile void protocol. Step 1. The information fast, 1 day per month. Once a month you will choose 1 day from sunrise to sunset for a complete and total information fast. This means no telephone, no computer, no television, no newspapers, no books, no podcasts. The only information you are allowed to consume is the information from your own direct sensory experience of the world. You can walk in nature, you can sit in a park, you can cook a meal, you can listen to music without words, but you cannot consume any packaged information. This will be difficult. You will feel the pull of your addiction. This is the detoxification process. You are flushing the noise out of your system and allowing the silence to return. Step 2. The unstructured play mandate, 1 hour per week. Every week, you must schedule 1 hour of completely aimless, unstructured play. This is the time for your inner child to run free. What you do is not important. What is important is that it has no goal. You are not trying to get good at it. You are not trying to produce anything. You can dance in your living room. You can paint with your fingers. You can build a strange sculpture out of things you find in your house. The rule is, if it feels productive, you are doing it wrong. This is the time you are intentionally wasting. This is the time you are feeding your default mode network. You are inviting your imagination to come out and play. Step 3. The question sanctuary, 15 minutes per day. This is the daily practice that ties it all together. Every day, for 15 minutes, you will sit in silence with a single, open-ended question. This is not a problem to be solved. It is a question to be held. A question like, what is my true purpose? Or, what is one thing I could do that would bring more beauty into the world? Or, what am I pretending not to know? You will not try to answer the question. You will simply hold it in your mind, like a sacred object. You will let it float in the silence. You are creating a vacuum, a sanctuary in your mind, and the question is the seed you are placing within it. You are trusting that the fertile void will provide the nourishment. This 3-step protocol, the fast, the play, and the sanctuary, is your practical guide to unlocking unlimited creativity. This protocol is not based on superstition. It is based on the fundamental physics of the mind. Reason number 1, it creates a cognitive vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you create a true mental emptiness through the information fast, your deeper mind will rush to fill it. But it will not fill it with more noise. It will fill it with the things that have been waiting patiently in the wings, your own dormant ideas, your own suppressed insights, your own unique voice. Reason number 2, it induces a state of play. The unstructured play mandate is a direct hack into your creative engine. The state of play is a neurological state of high receptivity, low ego, and novel connections. By scheduling this state, you are guaranteeing that your brain remains flexible, curious, and capable of breakthrough thinking. Reason number 3, it leverages the power of incubation. The question sanctuary is the practice of intellectual incubation. When you hold a question without demanding an answer, you are planting it in the rich soil of your subconscious mind. Your deeper mind will then work on the problem in the background, connecting it to your vast store of memories and experiences. The answer will often emerge later, when you least expect it, as a sudden flash of insight. You are not hunting for the idea, you are creating the conditions for the idea to come to you. Let me tell you of 3 people who have embraced the fertile void. Story number 1, a novelist named Clara. She was suffering from a terrible case of writer's block. She had a deadline and the pressure was crushing her. She was spending her days staring at a blank page, her mind filled with anxiety. She began the fertile void protocol. Her first information fast was agony. But on the second day, during a long walk, the entire plot of her next chapter unfolded in her mind, complete and perfect. She told me, I was trying to force the story out, but the story was waiting for me to be quiet enough to hear it. Story number 2, an engineer named Marcus. His team was stuck on a complex design problem for a new engine. They had tried everything, every simulation, every calculation. He convinced his team to try an experiment. They spent one afternoon not in the lab but in a park, playing with children's building blocks. They had no goal, they just played. That evening, one of the engineers had a dream about a strange structure he had built, and in the dream he saw the solution to their engine problem. He told me, we found the answer not in our knowledge but in our play. Story number 3, a woman named Sophia. She was at a crossroads in her life. She did not know whether to continue in her safe but unfulfilling career, or to take a risk on a new venture. She was paralyzed by analysis. She began the question sanctuary. Her question was, what does my heart truly want? For weeks nothing happened, but one morning she woke up with a feeling of absolute certainty. The answer had not come as a thought, but as a feeling, a deep, quiet knowing. She quit her job the next day and has never looked back. She told me, my mind was arguing, but my soul was silent. The protocol taught me to listen to the silence. I can hear the voice of your busy, practical world protesting. Objection number 1. This is a luxury. I am too busy to do this. This is the excuse of the prisoner who has fallen in love with his chains. You believe you are too busy to be creative, but the truth is you are too busy because you are not creative. Creativity is not a luxury, it is the most powerful form of efficiency. One great idea that comes from the fertile void can solve a problem that 1,000 hours of busy work cannot. Objection number 2. This sounds like spiritual nonsense. I believe in hard work. I believe in hard work more than anyone. I spent a decade on the mathematics of general relativity. But the hard work is the second step. The first step is the creative leap, and that leap can only happen across a chasm of silence. This is not spiritual nonsense. It is the highest form of mental discipline. It is the work that makes the hard work meaningful. Objection number 3. What if I try it and nothing happens? What if the void is just empty? This is the voice of fear. The void will feel empty at first. That is its nature. You have spent a lifetime running from it. You must give it time to trust you. You must show up again and again. The ideas will come, but they will come on their own schedule, not yours. Your job is not to command creativity. Your job is to create a sanctuary for it and to be patient for its arrival. So, I am calling you to an act of rebellion, a rebellion against the tyranny of noise, a rebellion in favor of your own creative soul. Here is my challenge to you, the 30-day void challenge. Here are your 3 immediate actions. 1. Look at your calendar right now and schedule your first information fast, 1 full day this month. 2. Schedule your first unstructured play mandate, 1 hour this week. 3. Tonight, before you sleep, identify the question you will hold in your first question sanctuary tomorrow morning. Stop searching for creativity. Stop consuming it. Stop chasing it. Be still. Be silent, and let it find you. It has been waiting for you your entire life. In the comments below, write "I embrace the void" to accept this challenge. And if this message has created a quiet space in your own mind, subscribe to this channel. Let us protect the silence together. Next week, I will reveal the secret of how I discovered my own greatest ideas. As I have learned, the most beautiful music is not in the notes, but in the silence between them. Go now and find your silence.